What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another deck profile here on TCG University for the card game UniVersus. My name's Tam, and today I'm going to be going over my fan favorite, Dr. Wily 2-Dot. It's a new year, a new doctor. Let's get into the profile. All right, so to start off this profile, let's talk a little bit about what Dr. Wily does. In the profile, I'm going to tell you more about what the deck does as opposed to the cards inside of it, just because the deck has a lot of interesting interactions that can happen. So Dr. Wily 2-Dot is a 6-hand size, 27 vitality character that says, enhance, destroy one of my foundations. My attack gets 2 speed, and if my attack deals damage, I'm going to destroy you get to destroy one of your ready foundations. Very strong. Basically, if it hits, my next one gets +1 speed because you no longer have that foundation to commit to pass your checks. And then response after the ready phase, reveal your momentum. Add 1 ally attack from your momentum to your hand. So this is really good because it says after the ready phase, not after your ready phase. So if I hit you with 2 attacks, I then get to take and respond, reveal my momentum, pick one of them up on your turn, and then the other one will go back, and then it responds on my turn. And so every turn, if I hit you twice, I'm going to have those same attacks. You better be prepared for them again. So it's a little bit of a back and forth of, if I touch you with this thing, I'll have it for the rest of the game. But that does mean that it limits the new cards coming in. Maybe there's something better, a bigger powerhouse that I could play. So the deck is all based around the character, one of the most character-centric decks that you could possibly have. So if you love Dr. Wily, this is what I recommend. The first thing that we're playing is Skull Fortress 2. Skull Fortress 2 is the main engine of the deck. It says response, after one of my foundations are destroyed, reveal the top card of my deck. If it has the ally keyword, I'm going to build it down into my staging area face down. I'd say about 80% of my deck, I don't have the hard numbers, 80% of my deck are allies, including Skull Fortress 2 itself. And so this is the main way that I will destroy with Dr. Wily and then build a fresh one back in. So maybe it is a face-down committed card. Destroy it with Dr. Wily. Reveal it. It comes back in as a readied face-down. So it's possible I could take my entire committed staging area and turn it back into a readied staging area. Or maybe I committed to go in hard on the last attack. On a couple Dr. Wily triggers on my opponent's turn, I'll ready back up my staging area and block something that matters. So this is honestly the most important card. This is your mulligan condition. If you don't have this card in your opening hand, it doesn't matter if you've got 6 foundations and you can build perfectly. You find this card. Next, so our deck is actually under death, but we are off-assembling 2 Fiddlesticks, and here's why. This card does 2 things for us. Number 1, it says enhance twice per turn, destroy a ready foundation, draw a card. And then enhance once per turn, add a card from my momentum to my deck. So let's say that I have 3 momentum, and I want to get all 3 in the turn. I'll respond during your turn, grab 1, Fiddlesticks to add another, destroy a foundation, draw a card, so I'll draw it, and then on my turn, I'll grab that last one. So Fiddlesticks says that I get to do it. It also has the ally keyword. The next couple cards will all have ally. I'll point it out. And it also says that sometimes I've got cards in here that don't have the ally keyword. So things like this will get stuck on top of my deck, and I can't trigger or work my combo anymore. So I will destroy with Fiddlesticks, miss my trigger, that's fine, but then I'll draw this card, and then I can keep my engine going. Really important to have cards that clear off the top of your deck. On to the attacks, that matter. We've got 4 Capsules Act. This is honestly the MVP of the deck. This is the card that says whenever I'm blowing something up, it has text that matter. Dr. Wily has a couple of cards that say when they are destroyed, do this thing, and this is what fetches it from our discard pile after Dr. Wily's destroyed it once. So this card is a 4 of. You have to have this card in a Dr. Wily deck. We're playing Triple Demon Grab. The only reason this card is in here is because it guarantee lets me destroy something once per turn. Excuse me. It guarantee lets me destroy something once per turn because it is a throw. I can give it 6 damage easily by having a face-down foundation. Enhance check a 6, commit my check a 5, commit my face down. Dr. Wily, destroy it. Use Skull Fortress to build it back in face down. So I didn't lose anything. This doesn't count towards progressive. I get 2 speed if it touches you. There's just a lot of really awesome combos happening with Demon Grab. If this card even had like a 4 block, it'd be at a 4 of in the deck, but it doesn't have a block, and so picking up a Dr. Wily on my opponent's turn, it actually does not feel very good. Going back to the old school, we're playing Double Cowboy Battery. Honestly, this is just because it's an ally attack. It's got a solid low block. It stuffs the card pool. It has multiple 1s, so in case I can't grab up my momentum, it is 2 5/5 for 6s that if they touch you, they blow up 2 cards. It's a 2-for-1 deal, and then I can build that afterwards. We're playing 4 Kickback Crescendo. This is the main beefy card in our deck, Asterix. There's a couple other ones. But this one has kind of the same interactions as Demon Grab. of it uses the committed resources to blow up and do a bunch of stuff. Enhanced committed foundations attack, it's 3 speed, so it is a 5 mid for 3, so it is 7 mid for 6, and then Dr. Wily will destroy that committed foundation to give it another 2 speed, so it is a 9 mid for 6 if it touches them. It's going to touch them. This card is very, very strong. Onto the relevant foundations, we've got 4 premeditated attack. This is that first one that matters when it comes to Dr. Wily. The thing about premeditated attack is it triggers weird. So the way that it works is if I have the Skull Fortress out and I destroy premeditated attack, the way that it triggers is premeditated has to trigger first. I reveal the top card of my deck. If it's ally, I get to choose to put it in my hand or face down on the field, and then I respond as Skull Fortress. It has to be in that order. I can't choose. It has to be this one, and then it's this one. There is no choice there. But yeah, this is the way that I get to keep cards up into my hand. This is the way that I get to double build off of a Skull Fortress. I'm not going even with this card. I'm actually +1ing with this card. Moving on. We've got 4 Dr. Wily's Challenge. This card is my damage. This card says that Capsule Zap does 7 damage all by itself. So it's a 5 low for 7 on a 3 diff. That's very, very good. And then it triggers off the ally. It's got a good high block. There's not really much more we can say about that. And randomly, it says -2 speed on my opponent's attack. So if it is committed, it actually says -3 speed because I destroy it with Dr. Wily. Statically, the attack gets -3 speed. And then I respond on Skull Fortress and find one and then flip it back ready. So then I can commit it. There's my plus to my check. A lot of interesting stuff happening in the deck. We're playing 4 Friends and Arrivals. If you notice, a lot of those cards all had 2 keywords. And so I want to be able to commit my opponent's board and then blow up the things that are ready. Yeah, they're going to blow up the things that don't necessarily matter, but just like committing them down so that they can't block, so I still get my trigger off. I still get my momentum. I still get to do this. This card is very solid. It's got a really good low block, and it has the ally keyword. Next, we're playing Triple Kieran Soul. It's got the ally keyword, most importantly, and it says if I block with something, I get to block it forever. It is a perfect block. It beats throws and whatnot. Card's fine. Should be a 2 of in everything, but it's a 3 of because of the ally keyword. I couldn't find room for 4. It doesn't have a block. We're playing 4 Guardian of the Spirit Sword. Once again, it's got the ally keyword, and the big thing about this card is it lets me fetch my Skull Fortresses. Discard a card as an enhance to find an asset. It's a little slow, but there's so much asset hate in the game, especially like Tagora Brothers. That's the main reason I don't think this deck is actually competitive, is you find a Tagora Brothers deck and you just have the worst day of your life. Guardian Spirit Sword lets you pick it all back up. We're playing 1 New Shipmate. This is just, it's another ally card. It's not even necessarily needed in the deck, but it's fine. This could easily be replaced with Tank. I just wanted to have the block, and I didn't want Tank to its 4-check to bug me. So those are all the ally cards. Let me glance back through real quick. Yeah, those are the ally cards. The rest of the deck just kind of interacts with the deck, and I'll explain stuff as it's happening as we go on. So we've got 2 more attacks in the deck that are relevant. We're playing 3 Ghost Thief Funeral. If you notice, all the allies that I played, they don't have high blocks, and that was like the biggest struggle in making the deck. Is there aren't any good ally attacks with high blocks. He has his flamethrower attack, I think, but it's a 6/2 and wants to combo with another ally. So committing 2 cards, yeah, sure, I might get to ready him with Skull Fortress, but it just doesn't feel good. And so I was like, let's tear away from my normal religion of you got to have all your attacks. They got to be safety 2s because we got to be able to do really easy math because I'm getting to ready all my stuff back, as well as we have to have all ally attacks. So we don't get trapped with a 3 on top. We got a couple ways to mitigate that, but having an 8 mid for 6, using that momentum that maybe we didn't pick up on their turn to burn them 3 and then draw 3 more cards to build out even further, very good. And then destroy a foundation is a solid. And honestly, the MVP of the deck is Spirit Shotgun. This probably should have been a 4 of in the deck, but I just wanted to test out Ghost Thief as well. It counts itself. It's basically a throw, so Dr. Wily will always trigger. And then it is a 6 mid for minimum 8 with if Spirit Gun's the only card in the card pool. And we're playing a ton of Dr. Wily support. So it's possible he does like build foundation, build foundation, build foundation. Oh, 3 premeditated attack after a Capsule Zap. We'll play the Spirit Shotgun at the very end. I'll commit my whole board. That's okay. Dr. Wily and Skull Fortress are just going to ready it all back up. And then I hit them for a ton of damage. Spear Shotgun might be the only way that you can play this character moving forward, at least under the death symbol. Maybe we can try some other stuff with like water or evil. Onto the rest of the foundations, but so that was the entire attack lineup. Onto the foundations, we've got the Power of Dark Energy. This card used to be like a big win condition. Whenever I triggered this, I normally won the game. First form, destroy your attacks get your ally attacks get 2 speed, and I can change their zone. And then it has a stat that says after it's destroyed, take any ally attack and put it into your momentum, so you get to use it next turn. I think there's a really interesting combination with these 2 cards. Of this says that I can, like, on turn 2, if I've built this, build this. If we were going to focus more on the Ghost Thief and less on the Shotgun, I'd actually probably play 4 of this card. Yeah, it's a 3 diff, but being able just to get that free momentum nice and quick, that's very good. We're playing double Hunt for Spiders and Dragons. This card just flips, honestly, asset killing answers. Malicious or Murderous Addiction, I think, is the card that makes me toss my asset into my momentum, and I actually don't have a way to get that out of there except for Ghost Thief. So I can't have that on the board. I gotta get rid of that. We're playing triple Generous Gambler. This just triggers Skull Fortress 2 a second time, so I'll destroy Dr. Wily to give it +2 speed. I will destroy the face down that I built with Skull Fortress to give it +2 speed, and I didn't actually lose anything, especially if they were committed foundations. I even gained 2 foundations, and at the same time, destroy a committed face down foundation to give it -2 speed, and then respond Skull Fortress, build it back in ready. Seems pretty rad. It does get stuck on top of the deck a lot. Next, we're playing 4 Towering Over Rivals. I don't think this needs to be a 4 of, but I wanted to play it at a 4 of just because, especially with the combination of that card and Friends and Rivals. It says, enhance, destroy both players, destroy one of their opponent's committed foundations. So I respond Friends and Rivals, I enhance, destroy Towering Over Rivals, respond with Skull Fortress, build a face down. They destroy my Friends and Rivals, and then I build another face down. So I traded committing 2 of theirs, destroying one of theirs, and then building 2 face downs. To then Generous Gambler away. It's a really, really good interaction. It's a little slow, honestly, just because it takes a little bit of setup, but it's a fine interaction. I don't think it needs to be a 4 of. We're playing 2 Prideful Personality. This is really just to get cards off the top of my deck. I need to not have non-allies, especially if they're attacks. And I want to be able to just draw them as quickly as I can. And this character also has some issues with just drawing dead as a 6-hander, so just flip discard 2, draw 2 is fine. We're playing double Telekinetic Mastery. I think this card's very strong in this deck. Enhance, check a 5, commit a face down, Dr. Wily, blow up the face down, ready it back. So I did not lose anything. I discarded the top 2 cards in my deck in order to say -2 speed or -2 damage in order to block something. Discard the top 2 is it's good, but it can come with a price, especially with how quickly we're milling ourselves through our deck, or discarding the top cards of our deck. That's the word mill. And I actually got decked out because of it, so just be careful. Playing 2 Ending the Dream, excuse me. Enhance, destroy, your attack is +4 damage. This says enhance, build a face down, +4 damage. Really good on a minion grab, really good on a shotgun. Has 2 keywords for shotgun, or 2 symbols for shotgun. Really solid card. It's got a good mid buck. We're playing 1 The Mysterious Mr. X. This card says enhance, discard a card, add a premeditated attack into your card pool, and then destroy it. So it's a potential discard a card for +2. It's kind of like our Pot of Greed. It's kind of our draw 2, in order to try and like filter through a couple more things. Important, and it triggers Skull Fortress. And then my last card, probably the only reason this deck can run currently, is for Voice of Reason. Like I said, things get caught on top of our deck because of Skull Fortress not triggering, and I can't afford to just have this Mysterious Mr. X or Ending the Dream just sitting here. And so I got to be able to draw it. I got to be able to discard this card that doesn't matter, and then pick this guy up so that I can continue my engine. If you don't have 4 of these, you have to be doing something to keep speeding you up. This deck is inherently slow just because of the power level of the game, and so you have to have things in order to keep pushing your game plan forward. So yeah, there's Dr. Wily. All right, you guys, thank you so much for checking out the Dr. Wily profile. I love Dr. Wily. He's my first competitive deck that I've ever really played. He is he could say the reason that I play UFS is Dr. Wily. So if you like this profile, make sure you go check out the Campus Championship that he played in order to see how the deck functions. A lot of moving and interesting parts, as well as go out and support us by liking the Facebook, subscribing. We got tons more decks coming out, and if you want to support us financially, that would be rad. Go out to patreon.com/TCG University and enroll out there at any of those levels. So from all of us here at TCGU, stay learned. Thank you guys.